In the gospel reading today, Jesus and an unnamed scribe are going back and forth about what constitutes the first of the commandments. So perhaps some context is necessary so that we can better understand what is happening. According to Jewish tradition, there are 613 commandments found in the Torah. Those that are the most well-known are the first 10 commandments, the ones initially received from God by Moses on Mount Sinai. They form the general foundation upon which the other 600 rest. Now, over time, though, those subsequent instructions became even more important, especially as the religious leaders in Jesus' day sought to assert their authority over all aspects of daily life. For some, the prescription not to mix milk and meat in a cooking pot was on par with the command not to murder anyone. There was growing concern within the Jewish community about such equivalence. So Jesus and the scribe are engaged in dialogue on just this issue. What happens here is that the two affirm that the 613 are grounded in two core commandments, rooted in a deep, abiding love of God and a selfless love of others. Even today, we can get caught up in similar debates and may lose sight of the basic foundations of our faith. If we find ourselves anxious or overly concerned about the fine details of religious instruction, but forget those two core commands, it may be time to step back and to re-examine things. Because the central prescription of the law is love. All 613 commandments in the Torah and the vast deposit of the church's teachings are all rooted in love. Jesus does not say that the other prescriptions are invalid or wrong, but he does ask us to look anew at our intention and motivation. Jesus' words and his conversation with the scribe remind us that every command, every rule, and every teaching are intended to lead us to a better love. And if the application of our faith should lead us towards bitterness or anger or pride or harm in any way, stop for a moment in quiet prayer and let's ask God to draw us closer to a more perfect love. I'm reminded of that old familiar church hymn that goes, "They'll know we are Christians by our love, by our love. Yes, they'll know we are Christians by our love." May we always keep love at the center of our faith, a truly authentic love that radiates joy and peace and compassion. And when we do this, as Jesus says at the end of today's gospel, we are not far from the kingdom of God.